Good morning, Year 7 and 8. I'm just going to talk you through what you have to do for chemistry, as I usually do. So this week you're going to look at reactions of metals. Unfortunately, this is a really nice, exciting module and it's usually full of practicals, but you still need to know the knowledge for when we come back. And hopefully we can get around to doing some of the practicals then. So if you take a look, you should be watching this video. So this slide is completely pointless at this point, but you should be watching the video. Now, day 1, are acids really dangerous? What I want you to do is I want you to have a look at these hazard symbols. If you click on this box, you'll be able to type straight into there. So you could write number 1 and tell me what this is. Number 2, tell me what this is. Number 3, tell me what this is. And the things that you should have seen before. Now, if we go on to the next slide, you have something that has been said by Miss Joblin. So Mrs. Joblin is worried about acids being used in school. She thinks that they're too unsafe to use and made an announcement in assembly this morning. She's pledged to ban all acids from the Durham Federation. It's simply too dangerous. Acid will be confiscated from all students as they enter the building. So what you have to do is you have to convince Miss Joblin that acids are fine to have in school because we use them in science and there are other things you're going to learn about. Now when you go on to the next one, what do these three pictures have in common? So what do you think vinegar has in common with lemon and they both have in common with being sick? Once you've done that, there's a nice video there about why you puke, and it kind of tells you why I had a spewing emoji on the last slide. Now, this one is for you to think about. So why, when you eat Haribo Fantastics or sweets that are like that, what happens? Are they harmful? What do they taste like? And then there's just a little box for you to fill out because this here is the key word that goes with what acids are like and what most acids taste like. So, is it harmful when you eat Haribo Fantastics? Next, a video on some very, very, very strong sulfuric acid, stronger than we would ever use in school. And it's fun to watch SpongeBob, what happens to SpongeBob when they use this acid. On the next slide, you have a little bit of information about being concentrated and dilute. And the dilute has this big tick next to it because this is what we use in school. We don't use concentrated acids very often, if at all, and if we do, it would be used by the teacher. So that could be a way that you could persuade Mrs. Joplin. Now, the last little bit that you're going to do before you do some writing for the bit that's going to be marked by me is you need to put these in order of importance. Now, if I go back off here, I should see pretty much what you see. You can click on here and you can drag them into the correct boxes. Now, you might have to go to arrange and you might have to go to order, bring the front for them to show on the front. I'll reformat this so it should work straight away though. So if I say centre back, you all should now be able to just pull it onto there and you can put them in order of which you think is most important and the least important. Now once you've done that, it is the last bit, the bit that is going to be marked. You are going to write a letter to Mrs. Joblin explaining whether you think acids should be banned from school. Now what you've got to think about and what you should have looked at when you've gone through the PowerPoint is the fact that we use symbols. So we would label the acids so people knew they were harmful or not. You have looked at the fact that a lot of household items and a lot of things that we actually eat have acids in and they couldn't possibly be banned, especially one very important thing in your body. You've looked at whether things are concentrated or dilute. So if something is concentrated, it is more dangerous than if it is dilute. And you could talk about safety precautions that we take when we use acids and that we would be very safe when we use them. So there's loads of things that you could say to make sure that we're allowed to use acids in science. You might also think that actually we shouldn't use acids and we shouldn't bring acids into school. And maybe we shouldn't bring dangerous acids and we shouldn't be bringing in things that are going to be harmful. But we can't help that we have some things that are just naturally part of us that have acid in them. So it's up to you to write a letter to Mrs. Joblin and explain whether you think acid should be banned. And you might have your own ideas about it as well. Think about all the things you've talked about and write that letter. Now once you've done that, that is all for today. This is a nice little box you can click on and write into there if you need to. So have a go through, think about all the things that might make Miss Joblin think that we shouldn't ban acids. Now, if you need any help, please email one of your teachers or email me and just have fun and we will see you very soon. Bye.